Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bob Waldron, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Great Wall Hobbies Mig-29, sorry, not Mig-29, a Mig-29 Fulcrum C913. It is in 1/48 scale. This does look like a really cracking kit. It is around about the £57 mark RRP. You can get it a little bit cheaper if you shop around, but it is an absolute amazing kit. It is a sort of a new tool. It's only a couple of years sort of old. We'll open this up. First off, we've got this box within a box, so let's just see what exactly we've got inside here, because I have not really looked at this that much. In this nice box we have this one piece of our fuselage section, and if we zoom you in, you'll see why this kit is so cool. It really has got some absolutely stunning surface detail on here. Very, very crisp. We've got recessed rivets, recessed panel lines, absolutely gorgeous surface detail all around this model, and that is looking, as you can see, very, very stunning. Also nicely tucked away in that nicely sealed big box there, we've got our canopy section, which is nicely packed away. And we've also got, I do like it when they put these bits of, they're sort of like clear sort of plastic on top, just to really stop any sort of scuffs and everything. Looking at the front one, we have really good clear canopy just here. We've got no sort of cracks or anything. If I just peel this back a bit, we can sort of see what we are dealing with here. There we go. We've got no seam line running down the middle, no cobweb effects or anything like that. Absolutely, again, stunning canopy section there. Moving through, we then have these really well packaged kit. This is with our sort of our weapons going on here. These are Russian weapons, so I'm not completely up to date with my Russian weapons, but we've got 6 in here in total, and they do look like some really cool air-to-air missiles and stuff. So if we look at this on here, we do have quite a lot of lovely detail all around, as you can see. Not really seeing any sort of rivets, but it's sort of got, yeah, we've got a couple of recessed panel lines, lovely detail in there. There's about 4 of them, well packaged. Then we have 2 of these, and look at that stunning rivet work just on the fins just here. You can just see that, absolutely stunning. That is going to look good with a wash, as well as all the other lovely detail on these weapons. These weapons are, you know, class, you know, an A star if you ask me. Really looking good. I do like them. Moving along, we have a couple more sprues here. Here in this bag we have all sorts of little bits of detail we can sort of get a closer look at. So just opening this up again, look at that absolutely gorgeous detail. We've got all sorts of wires and everything. Moving down, more lovely, absolutely stunning detail throughout this kit. Not seeing any ejector pin marks. We've got all sorts of button detail here and stuff, looking fantastic. More lovely detail, sort of like bolts in there and everything. You just cannot grumble. We have got instrument display panels just here, right? We're really seeing a really crisp detail in there. We have our bits of landing gear here, very crisp. Not much in the sense of flash. There is like join lines just there that you'd have to sort of scrape away, but still good. We got our wheels just here, which has got some nice tire treads on there also. Again, look at how crisp this detail is in here. I'm almost looking at this and I'm like, this almost has got a resin sort of look to it. Absolutely gorgeous. More cockpit detail just here with all sorts of detail inside of there. And then if we turn this over, let's have a look, see if we see any ejector pin marks. I mean, no, not in any nasty places. I think these are like engines. We may have some ejector pin marks in there. I don't know how visible they're going to be, but that is still pretty damn good, if you ask me. Moving along, we have all sorts of more fantastic looking detail in here. If I can just work out how to open the packaging up. We've got all sorts of engine detail in this. And if we just sort of bring you in on here, we have all that lovely detail on here with all sorts of wiring hoses, all sorts of fantastic detail going on there for engine detail. We've got sort of exhaust areas just here. Again, stunning detail. More engine bits, fans and stuff. You know, this kit is absolutely fantastic. I mean, there is a little bit of flash around here which might be a bit tedious to sort of get rid of, but still looking fantastic. We have what looks like a fuel tank just here. Again, we've got all sorts of detail. We've got raised panel lines where they're due. I do believe that is down to it being actually raised. Then we've got recessed rivets and stuff here. Absolutely stunning. And there's two of these, so you can do your two engines and two fuel tanks. Next one, we have all our other bits of surface detail on here, which we'll have a look at because it is such a nice bit of surface detail. Again, surface detail on here looking stunning. All the brilliant sort of recessed rivets and everything. They're not too sort of out of scale that they can sometimes be. They're nice and faint. Moving along, we've got more surface detail along here, as you can see, and some more, and really the rest of the parts on this sprue are, you know, sort of surface detail. We do have a nose cone here, that's got a raised sort of panel line just there, which is probably, you know, what it's supposed to be, looking at what this kit's like. Then we've got the bottom part of like the fuselage section and wing section. It'd be nice to see the detail on that also. So if we take a look, again, stunning detail. Let's get you in a bit closer so you can see it. Again, lovely detail. If we sort of bring you all the way around, absolutely stunning. Everything else on here is, you know, sort of kind of standard. We'll sort of move along. I think we've seen enough surface detail and we know it is pretty damn good. Last couple of sprues here we have, just to kind of speed things up, it's just pylons and stuff in here. Same level of detail that's throughout the kit and pretty much the same on there, just little bits. Then what little extras do we get with this kit? So this is a bit expensive. I mean, fantastic surface detail and the whole kit as well. It's supposed to go together, you know, pretty good also. I mean, it's not perfect, but I mean, it's supposed to go together still really well. So if we open this up, this is where we have, first off, a whole bunch of photo etch in here, which is a nice little added extra to this, which hopefully you can see. You know, we've got the usual seat belts and a few little bits of detail and maybe some sort of grills here or something. Not 100% sure. Then we've got the clear part, this nice bit of film, good for putting on your instrument sort of display, heads up display I think it is. So that's rather cool. Then the decals. Right then, first off, the decals, these are made in China. I've never really used actually the Great Wall Hobbies decals before. But hopefully they should be good. They do have like a bit of a matte look to them. They don't don't feel thick, they feel nice and thin. Everything seems to be in it all registered, and the colours look good. Even the writing is almost sort of to make out, but I do believe it's in Russian, so I can't really read it anyway. Then we have our sort of bigger decals, which is all sort of like markings and all that kind of stuff, as well as some more sort of stencil detail. They are looking rather good. Hopefully they'll work well with something like Micro Solid Set, or maybe Mr. Mark range or something. And then we have this, which is rather interesting, nicely in a wallet, and it is a picture. It's a nice sort of little tiny poster of the actual box art, which is a really nice touch, and they've nicely protected it in this little folder, which is rather cool. Which actually, you know, you got get Great Wall Hobbies just on there as well, which actually kind of gives it sort of like a 2-in-1 kind of thing going on there. So looking at the instructions, with the instructions we've got a little bit about description about the actual aircraft. Moving along, pretty good quality paper, nice and satin. It does start off with our ejector seat, and it does clearly show, you know, photo etched bits in a nice different colour. And then we really have some really good detail here for what does look like to be all the instrument. Yeah, here it is. We've got all the instrument display panel area here, and each one, if I just show you, just along here we have all the dials and everything that goes on there, which just brings out so much more detail. That cockpit is going to look absolutely stunning. Pretty, you know, up there, being like maybe sort of like Tamiya's 1/32 scale kits. This is looking nicely like. Moving through, we start messing about with the upper fuselage and the lower fuselage section, bringing all that together. Air intakes, it's showing you where photo etch goes, which is really nice and clear. We've got this whole engine section area, which is actually looks like we can have the engine, one of the engines sort of maybe separate. I do believe it's looking like we've got a nice option here, because those engines really did look rather well indeed. We've got air brakes and stuff, bringing the canopy, all sorts of fuel tanks. Yeah, I think we're going to get through these instructions pretty nice and pretty clear. Moving along, we then got our actual decal corlets and stencil corlets and markings and stuff, nice and clear, making it all nice and clear for our weapons. And then we have like this 2-tone camo pattern on top, and then we have another one on this side. Yeah, it just looks like we've got two sort of same patterns, but we've got two different sort of sets of markings. And there we go. That is Great Wall Hobbies Mig-29 Fulcrum C. I've got to give it a really big thumbs up. Although it might seem a little bit expensive, I mean, it is really top quality. This kit is looking stunning. Cockpit detail, internal detail, surface detail, get a bit of photo etch, nice bit of decals, and then, you know, just little added touches of like getting a nice little poster and everything. You know, gotta say, it's a big thumbs up. I absolutely love this kit, would love to build it also. So hopefully you've enjoyed this inbox review of Great Wall Hobbies Mig-29 Fulcrum C. So until next time, my name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I'll catch you next time.